Today we're going to be doing Remains by Simon Armitage. We're going to cover the shooting incident itself, the overall tone, and finally the ending. The shooting incident is just amazing. It's in the moment, it's exhilarating. You've got this expansive imagery of opening and flying. There's this storytelling quality to it, I think, with the present tense, that use of art, which makes it super in the moment, even though it is a past event. And these qualifiers, I swear I saw this looter, deictic, demonstrative pronouns. Adding to that, you've got the anaphora of I see, which kind of builds pace and excitement in this verse here. But then as we reevaluate this moment, though, as we go from flying back to the ground here, we see that this was a 3v1 dynamic. There was three of us, and somebody else really emphasizes that, the repetition there versus one of them. It gives the sense of a kind of helpless victim being targeted, especially if he might not be armed. We've also got the use of abstractions, and that adds to that sense of doubt. It's pain itself, the image of agony. Especially this one rips through his life. The juxtaposition here of an abstract noun, life, and a concrete verb. With that, I think Armitage is emphasizing that this guy's life is just a piece of flesh, something concrete that can be ripped apart. So it's very fragile, life, and that's what he emphasizes. In terms of the overall tone, it develops from initially quite offhand, maybe. You've got, on just another occasion, this happens all the time. Well, this happened and this sort of happened, and he tossed his guts and then he was carted off. Tosses his guts is an especially weird phrase because it's such a horrible action, but it's delivered with such a casual tone, especially in the action of tossing. We kind of come to see that offhand tone is really just a coping mechanism. And actually, as the poem goes on, it becomes more troubled and confessional. In particular, you could focus on possibly armed, probably not. Initially, that's delivered quite matter-of-factly, but when you get it here, it's haunting him in his dreams. It's a haunting reminder that this narrator might have got it wrong by shooting an unarmed victim. The repetition there could give a sense of the narrator replaying the incident in his mind. Again, you can really divide this poem up into the shooting and the remembering of the shooting. Finally, with the ending, the memory kind of catches up with him through the doors of memory. There's a lot of ambiguity to unpack in this last verse here. So, near to the knuckle could suggest that the narrator is cutting himself. There's also a pun on bloody. It's a special type of pun called an antanaclasis, where bloody means two things. It's a curse word, these bloody hands, but it also literally means covered with blood. And by punning there, Armitage kind of confuses our sense of timing, because bloody life is something that the narrator might say in retrospect after the incident, kind of cursing himself in regret. But bloody hands his hands were literally covered with blood at the time of the incident. So it's a confusing ending. Thanks for watching, guys.